Hey everybody, you can see from the title below that I'm doing the nonfiction book tag. I was tagged by Tara, and I will put her channel information below as well as the questions for this particular tag. If you're having a hard time understanding me, I went to orthodontist this week and my mouth is killing me. The bands are scraping my jaw. I have a jaw full of dental wax. So I'm trying to speak as clearly as I can, and I'm going to try to keep this video as short as I can too. So let's get right to it. How much nonfiction do you read? I think I read about 90% fiction, 10% nonfiction. What kind of nonfiction videos do you make or do you want to make on Booktube? I don't really make a lot of videos related to nonfiction books unless I read a life story of some sort and I want to talk about that. But I do hope to make more nonfiction related videos in the future. What's your favorite subgenre of nonfiction? I guess I have three really. The life stories, memoirs, autobiographies, and biographies, that's one. Anything spiritual and religious related that will help me grow, that's two. And self-help books, to help me grow and improve. Do you have a favorite nonfiction book? I don't have an actual favorite, but I have a few that I really, really love. One of them is I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Dr. Maya Angelou. I can't remember how old I was when I read this book, but I fell in love with her after I read it, and I knew that she was someone that I was going to continue to read and that I would love. And I did, and I got to see her live, and to hear her speak live was just wonderful. It was such a treat. So, Dr. Angelo. And then another one of my favorites, and I don't know why I love this book so much. I don't know why it affected me the way that it did. I don't know why I used to dream about this man at night and think he was going to come and get me. I don't know. But I read this book 2 or 3 times back in the 90s, and it is Monster, the autobiography of an LA gang member by Sanyika Shakur, aka Monster Cody Scott. So that tells you what you need to know about him. He was a Crip. He lived in LA. He was honey. I don't know. Just check it out. Let's see. What do you think keeps people from reading more nonfiction? I think that people either they think it's going to be boring, they think it's going to be textbook-like or preachy maybe. They might not be as interested in people's life stories. I don't know. There could be a myriad of reasons why people don't like to read nonfiction. Why do you like nonfiction? I like the life stories because I'm nosy and I want to know what happened in people's lives. The religious and spiritual related books and the self-help books, I like those because I feel they can help me grow better as a person and closer in my walk, my spiritual walk. What's a nonfiction book you read because of Booktube? I don't know if I read it because of Booktube, but I'm guessing I did. And it is Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. And this book was fantastic. If you haven't read it, please read this book. I went to see Trevor Noah live as well. I saw him last year. He is phenomenal. He's a phenomenal storyteller and a fantastic entertainer. Let's see. What's the best nonfiction book you've read lately? The last one I read was No Ashes in the Fire by Darnell L. Moore. I read it with my book club earlier this year, and it was pretty good. I felt like it could have been fleshed out a little more. I was expecting to hear a little bit more in his story, but overall I thought the book was pretty good. It's like a coming of age where he's talking about coming out to his family, friends, his parents. And I really did empathize with this young man and could imagine the angst that he had to go through trying to live his life, to please other people or to having to hide his true self from everyone. So yeah, that was pretty good. What are some of your nonfiction reading goals? Just to, read more. I'm not an organized person that says, oh, I'm going to do this many books a month, and that ain't gonna work for me because I read by mood a lot, and so I just hope to read more. I'll just leave it at that. And what's your advice for incorporating more nonfiction into your reading diet? Find an author, a subject, or a subgenre that you enjoy and take it from there. That's the best advice I can give you. Recommendations of nonfiction channels. I don't think I follow any channels that are strictly nonfiction. If I do, they're not coming up in my YouTube feed. I think most of the people I watch just, incorporate it into their regular reading, either because of their mood or a challenge, or, they're reading with their book club for whatever reason. But I don't think I follow any channels that specifically are geared toward nonfiction. I do want to show you a couple of other nonfiction books that I pulled off the shelf for this video. This book right here, I don't know if I'll ever read it again, but I don't want to throw it away. This book utterly disgusted me when I read it. I read it back in the early to mid 90s when I was in my early to mid 20s. So maybe I just wasn't ready for it. You know what I'm saying? But it is called Bad by James, and the autobiography of James Carr. And there's no other title he could have given this book. Oh my gosh. Bad is the story of James Carr, one of the most notorious rebels in the California penal system. This is a ruthless account of the horrors of penitentiary life: race riots, murders, brutal punishments, official corruption from one who led the struggle against the authorities and lived to escape them. He started fighting when he was young. He went to boys' homes and reform schools, and then he ended up going to prison. He started the Wolf Pack in prison, a gang of black convicts. They joined together for survival and for their share of the immense illicit wealth generated in prison through drugs, gambling, prostitution, and protection. There was one scene in this book that really just disgusted me to no end. But I can't throw it away, and I don't want to read it again. Anyway, check this one out if you dare. It just, Infidel was a great book by Ayaan Hirsi Ali. I really, really did enjoy this book. This one I think made me cry because I love the author so much. And when he died, it broke my heart when he died. Elin Harris, What Becomes of the Brokenhearted. This is his life story about coming out, all that he had to go through. Yeah. I loved Elin Harris. Y'all just don't know. And then this book, here's another one, The Legs Are the Last to Go by Diane Carroll. She did spill a little tea about she and Sydney and other things going on in her life. It was okay. Look at the water damage. I let somebody borrow this book, and this is how it came back. Look at that. I wasn't happy. You really can't see the water damage on the front. Maybe a little bit. I was like, really? This is why I don't want to loan out my stuff. Whew, jeez. Anyway, that is my nonfiction book tag. I'm not going to tag anybody specifically. If you want to do this video, do this tag, please do so. And I'll put the questions and everything down below. I hope that you are staying well, and I hope you have a good day. See you later. Until next time, everybody, keep reading. Bye-bye.